From ancient sunken civilizations to unreal underwater waterfalls, here are 15 strange and amazing underwater discoveries. This is Mystery Mondays. Number 15. A hidden ocean. The Mediterranean Sea is better known for its crystal blue waters, but some of the oldest oceanic crust in the world is located about 9 miles underneath its floor. Experts think that a lost ocean may have once existed here long before the Atlantic was created, some 340 million years ago. A mid-ocean ridge beneath the eastern Mediterranean was discovered that contains the world's oldest oceanic crust. According to geologists, it's around 100 million years older than any other oceanic crust yet located, and it may have formed as Pangaea. A prehistoric supercontinent was breaking apart. Pangaea is thought to have included all current land masses, and this new discovery may change theories on how it formed. The Brazilian Atlantis was a continent hidden off the coast of Brazil. Samples of granite found 900 miles from Rio were discovered when researchers dredged a long mountainous rock formation called the Rio Grande Elevation. Scientists think the rocks were part of a continent that existed 100 million years ago, but sank into the ocean when Africa and South America drifted apart. That led experts to dub the discovery the Brazilian Atlantis. More testing was due on the rocks discovered, as well as the underwater geological formation. Could they have really discovered a lost continent? Undersea river. Would you have guessed that the world's 6th largest river is actually located underneath the Black Sea? The British researchers who made the discovery estimate the river could be around 115 feet deep in places and more than half a mile wide. And experts say these undersea waterways can carve out rapids, floodplains, and even waterfalls. The amount of water flowing through this river is estimated at 350 times greater than the Thames. Mega undersea pyramid. Reports circulated online in 2012 that scientists had discovered a pyramid more than a mile or 2,000 meters below the surface of the Bermuda Triangle. It was said to be a structure that was 3 times larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza and was made of crystal. Some theories claim the pyramid might be involved with the disappearance of planes and ships in the Bermuda Triangle. But so far, no concrete evidence of the structure has been found, and the scientists involved with making that discovery cannot seem to be located. The Bimini Road, also known as the Bimini Wall, it refers to an apparent underwater structure that is located near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas. It was discovered in 1968 by 3 divers who observed what appeared to be a sprawling pavement constructed of stones of varying size. Scientists still are not sure if this is a man-made structure or a naturally occurring rock formation. Some people conjecture that this might actually be the remnants of Atlantis. Now, would you agree? Or do you think that theory is all wet? Port Royal, Jamaica. Now, this was once known as the most wicked and sinful city in the world, according to historical accounts. And it was famous for being a party town for pirates. But all that fun came to an end when in June of 1692, an estimated 7.5 magnitude earthquake and tsunami shook Jamaica and devastated Port Royal, causing the city's north section to fall into the sea and killing around 3,000 people. The city's remains are under 40 feet of water, and some experts consider it the Western Hemisphere's most important underwater archaeological site. Alexandria, one of the world's richest underwater archaeological sites, was discovered just off the shores of Alexandria, Egypt. Missing for more than 1,600 years, the ruins of Cleopatra's ancient kingdom were discovered in 1996. Historians believe the entire city was plunged into the sea by cataclysmic earthquakes or other natural disasters. Teams of marine archaeologists excavating the area made many discoveries, including the foundations of Cleopatra's palace, as well as sphinxes, temples, statues, and coins. Many of the objects were still completely intact, thanks to sediment protecting them from the corrosive effects of salt water. The Yonaguni Monument. Mysterious structures were discovered in 1987 off the coast of Yonaguni-jima, around 20 feet or 6 meters below the water. First noticed by scuba divers, the immense rectangular formations had precise 90-degree angles, along with straight steps, walls, and columns. Claims have been made of what appear to be temples, paved streets, carvings, and a huge pyramid-like structure that rises 250 feet from its base. Some experts think the structures represent the remains of a pre-glacial city that existed above sea level some 10,000 years ago, but others argue that this is a series of natural rock formations, although humans could have made enhancements over time. What do you think? Byah. Back in the days of ancient Rome, this town was said to be a real sin city, known as a hedonistic playground for the super rich and famous. In fact, Julius Caesar even had a permanent vacation home there. By the 8th century, Saracens ravaged the city, and by 1500, it was abandoned. After local volcanic activity resulted in rising water levels, the city fell into the Bay of Naples. Now, Byah is an archaeological dive site. Visitors can see the ruins from a boat tour or get up close and personal by scuba diving there. India's underwater city. About 120 feet underwater off the coast of Dwarka, one of the oldest cities in India, some geometric ruins were discovered in 2001. The underwater city in the Gulf of Cambay was examined by marine archaeologists, and they determined that the structures were man-made. Artifacts including sculpture, pottery, and human remains were carbon dated at more than 9,000 years old. Experts say that if the age of this city is verified, it could predate some of Mesopotamia's earliest known cities by some 5,000 years. World of Warcraft. Now, according to a YouTube channel named Flat Earth Arabic, there's a massive wall that is located underneath the world's oceans. This mysterious structure was initially detected on Google Earth and is theorized to stretch some tens of thousands of miles. Proponents of the wall claim that its sheer size and linear design cannot be the result of naturally occurring formations. Detractors counter that it's just an anomaly caused as the byproduct of a satellite stitching error, which would display a type of digital seam. Experts say that can happen if there's a glitch while processing multiple photographic images with various fields of view in order to produce a high-res image. If it really is a massive wall, do you think it was built to keep something inside or to keep something outside? Pavla Petri, Greece. This is the world's oldest known archaeological town site, dating back around 5,000 years. While many underwater ruins are incomplete or difficult to distinguish between naturally occurring shapes and man-made structures, Pavla Petri displays a complete town layout, including tombs, streets, and architecture. There are around 15 structures submerged under 13 feet of water. It was discovered in 1968, and there's an ongoing research project to determine when the town was occupied and how it became submerged. Simena. The Lycians founded a federation of city-states that date to around 2000 BC, and that federation included the city of Simena, located on the island of Kekova in Turkey. The sea-trading city was struck by violent earthquakes around the 2nd century AD, and it sank into the Mediterranean. City ruins like a shipyard, houses, and the foundations of buildings can still be seen through the water. And above the shoreline, several Lycian tombs and the remains of an ancient church are visible. While Kekova Island is now deserted, the area can still be visited by tourists on a chartered boat, but snorkeling and diving there are forbidden by the government. Trucha Lagoon. Now this is located within Micronesia. The seabed has become a kind of graveyard for more than 50 major World War II shipwrecks, a number of which lie in clear water. Wrecks of fighter aircraft, tanks, and bulldozers can also be seen, making it a popular destination for divers. The picture shows an operating table in the sickbay of the Shinkoku-maru, a Japanese cargo ship. Now that vessel sank when it was torpedoed in 1944, and it has since become one of the lagoon's most popular attractions. And before getting to our #1 discovery, here is an honorable mention. Now this amazing site is located on the island of Mauritius, and even though this waterfall looks like it could be underwater, it's really not. It's all the result of an amazing optical illusion. The island sits on an ocean shelf that drops about 150 meters deep. Beyond that, there's an abyss that plunges another 4,000 meters to an unknown destination. The effect of a waterfall in the Indian Ocean is actually sand that is being forced off of the shelf by water currents. Did you know the phenomenon can only be seen from above? Britain's Atlantis. Divers have discovered what is being referred to as Britain's Atlantis. The remains of a drowned world is thought to represent Doggerland. That huge area of land was thought to have been submerged sometime between 18,000 BC and 5500 BC and would have ranged from Scotland to Denmark. A team of researchers say that analysis reveals the submerged Doggerland was home to wildlife such as mammoths and reindeer, judging from fossils recovered, and may have contained some mass mammoth graves. Findings suggest that the landmass could have supported human populations numbering in the tens of thousands. Evidence of unusual standing stones and possible burial sites have been detected. Although much of the evidence has suffered from underwater erosion, experts say it's still possible to narrow down the best areas of where indications of life might yet remain. This is Mystery Mondays.